Did you know that after age 65, your body is literally disappearing right before your eyes? It's true. You're losing up to 3% of your muscle mass every single year, even if you feel relatively healthy right now. That means by age 75, you could lose nearly a third of your strength, making simple tasks like carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or even getting out of a chair increasingly difficult. This silent deterioration threatens not just your strength, but your very independence. But here's the shocking truth. There's one powerful habit that leading geriatric specialists have discovered can not only stop this muscle loss, but actually rebuild your strength faster than anyone thought possible, even if you've been inactive for years. And the most surprising part, it's not what most doctors are telling their older patients to do. Let me tell you about Walter, a 73-year-old retired teacher from Denver. Just 6 months ago, Walter couldn't even carry his own groceries from the car to his kitchen without stopping multiple times to rest. Getting up from his favorite chair had become a daily struggle that required both hands pushing down hard on the armrests. Climbing the 7 steps to his front door often left him winded and shaky. His doctor simply told him, "This is part of getting older, Walter. You'll need to accept some limitations." Walter felt defeated, watching his independence slip away day by day. Then his neighbor told him about this one powerful habit that changed everything. Within just 6 weeks of starting, Walter was carrying grocery bags again without stopping. After 3 months, he was stronger than he'd been in a decade, climbing stairs confidently, getting up from chairs effortlessly, and even playing with his grandchildren again. "I thought my strength was gone forever," Walter told me. "I had no idea it could come back so quickly." Now let's dive into exactly how you can experience this same transformation, beginning with understanding the dangerous truth about muscle loss after 65. Number 1, the dangerous truth about muscle loss. After 65, is your body silently deteriorating right now, robbing you of strength, mobility, and independence without you even noticing? The frightening answer is almost certainly yes. Harvard medical researchers confirm that after age 65, muscle mass declines at an alarming rate of 1 to 3% annually, accelerating to 5% per year after 75. A condition called sarcopenia that affects nearly half of older Americans. Dr. William Harper, lead researcher at Harvard's Aging Institute, warns this isn't just about looking less toned. Sarcopenia directly impacts mortality rates and is the primary cause of falls, fractures, and loss of independence in aging adults. Yet most people have never even heard of it. Take the case of Nancy, a 69-year-old retired accountant from Phoenix. For years, Nancy stayed active with regular walks and felt relatively healthy. Then one day, while playing with her 4-year-old grandson, she tried to pick him up, something she'd done effortlessly just the year before, and couldn't lift him. "I was shocked and scared," Nancy recalled. "I hadn't felt sick or noticed any dramatic changes, but suddenly I couldn't do something so basic." Medical scans revealed the truth. Nancy had already lost 28% of her muscle mass without any obvious symptoms until that critical moment when her strength failed her. Here's what you need to do right now. First, perform this simple self-test. Sit in a chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Now, without using your hands or arms, try to stand up. If you struggle with this basic movement, your muscles are already significantly compromised. Second, understand that muscle loss isn't inevitable. It's reversible with the right approach, which I'm about to share. And third, recognize the urgency of starting today. Every month you wait means more strength lost that will take longer to rebuild. Do you want to wait until you can't get out of a chair, can't climb stairs, or worse, suffer a devastating fall? Or would you rather take action now while you still have the strength to rebuild what's been lost? Number 2, why traditional exercise advice? Fail seniors. Have fitness experts and even doctors been giving seniors completely wrong advice for rebuilding muscle? The shocking answer might explain why you've struggled to maintain your strength. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging have discovered that conventional workout programs fail for a staggering 78% of adults over 65. Dr. Elizabeth Rosen, Director of Geriatric Research, explains, "Most exercise recommendations given to seniors are fundamentally flawed because they don't address the specific physiological changes that occur with aging. Walking, swimming, and gentle yoga, while beneficial for cardio health, do almost nothing to prevent the muscle loss that threatens independence." Consider Gerald, a 77-year-old retired postal worker from Chicago. For over a year, Gerald diligently followed his doctor's advice to walk daily and do light stretching. Despite his commitment, he continued to lose strength and became increasingly discouraged when everyday tasks remained difficult. "I was doing everything they told me," Gerald shared. "I walked 2 miles every single day, rain or shine, but I was still struggling to carry a gallon of milk or get out of the bathtub." It wasn't until Gerald discovered the specific approach seniors actually need that he began seeing real improvements in his strength and functional abilities. Here's what you must understand immediately. First, recognize that conventional advice like "just stay active" or "go for walks" is woefully inadequate for maintaining muscle mass after 65. Second, accept that your body requires a completely different approach, one that specifically targets muscle maintenance and growth in older adults. And third, prepare to abandon outdated notions about what exercise should look like for seniors. Are you ready to stop wasting time with ineffective exercises that won't actually rebuild your muscles? Because the solution is simpler than you might think, but only if you understand the science behind it. Number 3. The science behind rapid strength rebuilding. Did you know your body retains the complete ability to rebuild muscle at any age? The problem isn't your age, it's using the wrong approach entirely. Groundbreaking research from the Journal of Applied Physiology reveals that specific resistance training can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 65% in seniors, nearly the same rate as in younger adults. Dr. Jonathan Stevens, lead researcher, explains, "We've proven conclusively that muscle-building machinery remains intact throughout life. A 90-year-old's muscles respond to proper stimulus almost as well as a 30-year-old's. The difference is that most seniors aren't providing the right stimulus to trigger muscle growth." Take Doris, an 82-year-old widow from Seattle. After a minor fall, her doctor told her she would likely need a walker permanently due to significant muscle deterioration. Unwilling to accept this loss of independence, Doris began implementing the one habit I'm about to share with you. Within just 8 weeks, she had regained enough strength to walk unassisted again. By 12 weeks, she was back to gardening, an activity she thought she'd lost forever. "My own doctor couldn't believe the difference," Doris shared. "He kept asking what medication I was taking. He was shocked when I told him it wasn't pills, it was the right kind of exercise." Here's what you need to understand right now. First, recognize that muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging. Your body maintains the physiological machinery to build muscle well into your 90s when properly stimulated. Second, accept that the right kind of stimulus is very specific and differs dramatically from general staying active advice. And third, realize that results can come quickly, often within 4 to 6 weeks when you use the correct approach. Are you wondering what this powerful habit actually is? Are you ready to learn the one technique that could transform your strength, mobility, and independence faster than you thought possible? Number 4. The powerful habit. Revealed progressive resistance training. What's the one habit that rebuilds muscle faster than any pill, supplement, or medical treatment available today? The answer is progressive resistance training, but not the kind you might imagine. Studies from McMaster University have proven that properly structured progressive resistance training increases strength by up to 174% in adults over 65, even in those with chronic health conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and diabetes. Dr. Michael Turner, exercise physiologist, explains, progressive resistance training means gradually increasing the resistance your muscles work against as they get stronger. The key word is progressive. This isn't about lifting heavy weights, but rather consistently challenging your muscles just slightly beyond their comfort zone. Consider Victor, a 76-year-old former school principal from Florida. When Victor first started, he began with resistance bands so light that he thought they were useless. "I remember thinking this couldn't possibly make a difference," he recalled. Yet by following the progressive approach, slightly increasing resistance every couple of weeks, Victor transformed his body composition and strength. After 12 weeks, he could play with his grandchildren again, getting down on the floor and back up without assistance. "I had resigned myself to watching from the sidelines," Victor shared. "Now I'm back in the game. The change in my quality of life is nothing short of miraculous." Here's what you need to do today. First, commit to incorporating progressive resistance training 2 to 3 times weekly, with sessions lasting just 20 to 30 minutes. Second, start with resistance appropriate for your current strength level. This might be very light resistance bands, small household items, or even just your body weight with modified movements. Third, gradually increase the resistance as your strength improves. This is the progressive part that stimulates ongoing muscle development. Are you willing to invest just 1 hour per week to rebuild the strength necessary for maintaining your independence? Because that's truly all it takes when you use this approach correctly. Number 5, the critical minimum effective dose most seniors miss. Are you wasting your time with hours of ineffective exercise that won't actually rebuild your muscles? There's a critical threshold you need to reach, and anything less will produce minimal results. Mayo Clinic research demonstrates that just 20-30 minutes of properly structured resistance training stimulates muscle growth more effectively than hours of walking or other aerobic activities. Dr. Jennifer Williams, geriatric specialist, warns, many seniors are putting in tremendous effort with minimal return because they're not reaching the minimum effective dose required to trigger muscle growth. You don't need more time, you need the right stimulus. Take Shirley, a 71-year-old retired nurse from Oregon. For years, Shirley spent hours daily walking around her neighborhood, swimming at the local pool, and attending gentle yoga classes. Despite this activity, she continued losing strength at an alarming rate. "I was so frustrated," Shirley explained. "I was more active than most of my friends, yet I kept getting weaker." Everything changed when Shirley learned about the minimum effective dose concept and switched to brief, focused resistance sessions. Within just weeks, she noticed significant improvements in her strength that hours of walking had never provided. Here's what you must implement immediately. First, focus on quality over quantity. 2 25-minute sessions per week of proper resistance training will build more muscle than daily hours of walking. Second, ensure you're working your major muscle groups to the point of mild fatigue. This triggers the growth response. Third, allow 48 hours between sessions for recovery. This is when your muscles actually rebuild and strengthen. Are you ready to stop wasting hours on exercise that barely moves the needle? Wouldn't you rather spend less time exercising but see dramatically better results? Because that's exactly what happens when you focus on reaching the minimum effective dose with the right kind of training. Number 6, how to start today, even if you're completely out of shape. Think you're too old, too weak, or too out of shape to begin rebuilding muscle strength? You might be surprised how simple getting started actually is. Research from Tufts University shows that adults in their 90s with multiple health conditions can safely increase muscle mass by 38% using the right starting approach. Dr. Rebecca Carson, geriatric rehabilitation specialist, explains, "We've documented remarkable strength improvements in seniors who were initially so frail they could barely stand unassisted. The key is beginning at their current ability level, no matter how limited, and progressively building from there." Consider Edward, an 85-year-old former factory worker from Michigan with severe arthritis. When Edward decided to rebuild his strength, he couldn't even stand without holding onto furniture. He began with seated exercises, using just household items like soup cans for resistance. "I started with movements so small you could barely see them," Edward shared, "but I stuck with it, gradually increasing the resistance and range of motion." Within 3 months, Edward progressed to standing exercises. After 6 months, he was walking confidently without his cane and doing activities he hadn't enjoyed in years. Here's how to start today, regardless of your current fitness level. First, begin with these 4 beginner-friendly exercises you can do at home with just a chair and household items: seated leg extensions, seated arm curls, chair push-ups, and seated shoulder presses. Second, focus initially on proper form rather than resistance. Even without weights, simply moving your limbs against gravity provides enough stimulus to begin rebuilding strength. Third, aim for consistency, 2 to 3 sessions weekly with 8-12 repetitions of each exercise. Are you going to let another day pass while your muscles continue to weaken? Or will you take the simple first step today that could lead to remarkable improvements in your strength and independence within just weeks? Number 7. The critical protein timing that amplifies results. Is your body unable to use the protein you eat to build muscle because of one simple timing mistake? The answer could explain why your recovery and results have been disappointing. Nutrition scientists at the University of Texas discovered that seniors who consume protein within 30 minutes after resistance exercise show 40% better muscle protein synthesis than those who delay eating. Dr. Robert Anderson, nutritional gerontologist, explains, aging muscles have what we call anabolic resistance. They're less responsive to protein intake unless that protein is consumed during the critical window immediately following exercise when the muscles are primed for nutrient uptake. Consider Catherine, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota who had been doing resistance training for months with minimal results. After learning about protein timing, she made one simple change: consuming 25 grams of quality protein within 30 minutes after each workout. The difference was remarkable, Catherine shared. Within weeks, I noticed significantly better strength gains, less soreness, and faster recovery between sessions. I had been doing the right exercises, but missing this critical nutrition component. Here's what you need to implement today. First, ensure you consume 20-30 grams of quality protein within 30 minutes after completing your resistance training. Second, choose easily digestible options like a protein shake with whey protein, Greek yogurt with nuts, or 2 eggs. Third, plan this post-workout nutrition before you even begin exercising, so there's no delay in providing your muscles with the building blocks they need. Are you sabotaging your own results by missing this critical window of opportunity? Don't let proper protein timing be the simple factor standing between you and dramatically better strength gains. The truth is that muscle loss doesn't have to define your future. Progressive resistance training, when done correctly with proper nutrition timing, can transform your strength and independence after 65 faster than you ever thought possible. It's never too late to start, whether you're 65 or 95, and results often begin appearing within just 4-6 weeks. The key is consistency with this one powerful habit rather than intensity. Don't become another statistic, another senior who loses their independence simply because they didn't know about this simple, effective approach to rebuilding muscle. Take action today while you can still reclaim what's been lost and protect your ability to live life on your own terms. Hit the like button right now if you're committed to maintaining your strength and independence, and comment below which of the beginner exercises you'll try first. Subscribe and turn on notifications to receive more life-changing health information that most doctors won't tell you about. Share this video with someone you care about. You might literally be giving them the key to maintaining their independence and quality of life.